Hello and welcome to the latest edition of Marketing Cracked, and today going to be talking about a dirty word, advertising. Welcome back. So today going to talk about advertising. Yes, the dirty word advertising. It's got such a bad reputation, but then again, so has pretty much every industry, and advertising is a crucial part of marketing. And this video is all about businesses who are relying solely on word of mouth. They don't want to spend any money to get new customers in. Now, currently reading a book by a chap called Sabri Suby. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. He's got a book called Sell Like Crazy, and there's an excerpt I thought fitted this video very well. It says, if you can't pay money to acquire a new customer, then you don't have a business. Let me say that again. If you can't pay money to acquire a new customer, you do not have a business. If you're relying solely on free traffic, referrals, joint ventures, or other channels like these, then you don't have a predictable and dependable way to grow your business. So we all know word of mouth is the best form of advertising, don't we? But to be honest, how many of us are proactively looking for that word of mouth? If someone, if you're a barber and you're cutting someone's hair and they're like, oh, I'm really happy with how my hair's looking, when they go off, are you just hoping they'll go and tell all their friends about you? Or are you actually sending them an email and saying, oh, Bob, no, you really enjoyed your haircut today. If you click on the link below, it will take you to exactly the right place where you can leave us a Google review. And as a local business, you'd really be helping us if you could do that. Thank you very much. So word of mouth, absolutely brilliant. But do you want it to be the one marketing pillar do you have? Now, I'm not risk averse, but I'm not a total gambler either. So I don't want to put all my eggs in one basket. I want to have different funnels supporting my business to drive inquiries in and to engage with existing customers. So an example would be another barber example. A friend of mine, their great uncle, Uncle Chester used to run a barber shop. And Uncle Chester, he never advertised once. Oh, he was in business for 60 years. It's like, well, good luck with Uncle Chester if he's trying to launch that business these days, because things have changed, especially for barbers. I mean, in Shrewsbury, goodness me, there's probably about 40 barbers now. So word of mouth, brilliant, and maybe it helped Uncle Chester, but he was still cutting hair into his 70s, and I think most business owners would probably rather be doing something else than cutting hair 6 days a week. A lot of business owners now, a lot of entrepreneurs, they want to, even though they might start off as a barber, when they open up their own barber shop, they want to make that transition from actually cutting hair to running a business. So that brings us back to books like The E-Myth by Michael Gerber. Really good book, really dispels the whole myth about entrepreneurship. So I think there are a lot of business owners out there who think they run a business when actually they don't. They just have a job. They just happen to be employed by themselves. Anyway, I want to go on about the E-Myth, but a really good book. So another hairdressing example would be a friend of mine. She was very loyal to a hair salon. I will never leave this hair salon. Yes, they're a little bit expensive, but I love them to bits, and the owner's lovely. Now, when the recession kicked in, within 3 months, the world changed in the UK for sure. And my friend, who was a business owner herself, suddenly things were looking a bit tight. And she started looking at other salons because, well, there's a salon down the road, so a little bit nearer, and they're supposed to be quite good, and they're quite a bit cheaper than my previous salon. So suddenly, all that loyalty is out of the window because this salon was purely relying on word of mouth, and that salon is no longer there. I appreciate there are budget constraints. If someone turns around to you and says, yep, to advertise with me, it's £2,000 a month, it's £1,000 a month, it's 500 quid, whatever it might be. But there has to be some limit where every business surely has to be comfortable expending their money. So for example, Facebook ads. Facebook ads are hugely cost effective, or can be if you do them right. We manage dozens of Facebook ad campaigns for a range of industries, and they have to have a minimum budget of £5 a day. If they're selling nationally, maybe £10 a day. If it's a flash sale in a week's time, we might say, well, put 200 quid behind that. But £5 a day is a good starting point. But the real minimum you need to spend to be able to run a Facebook ad is just £1 a day. So if you can't afford £30 a day to at least test Facebook ads, I think you are going to be in trouble. And I kept coming back to a quote, and to talk about another book now, Total Recall by Arnold Schwarzenegger. Yes, part of it is about his films, part of it is about his politics. There's a lot of great business stuff in there as well. And Arnie's real big film break was Conan the Barbarian or something like that. But by that point, he was actually a millionaire anyway. He'd made serious investments through bodybuilding magazines, supplements, property, lots of property out there as well. Very shrewd business person. And there's a quote for Arnie. He said, early to bed, early to rise, work like hell, and advertise. And I think that's just a really true thing. No, you can't just chuck your money about willy-nilly. Some will work, some won't. But the thing that does work, brilliant, pour more money into it, because I think having a fixed marketing budget, I'm only going to spend £50 a month. So you're telling me that if every time you gave me £5, I gave you £50 back, you would still stop giving me that £5 when you reach your advertising budget limit. It doesn't work like that, but it does come down to testing and measuring and seeing what works. And social media can work very well, but there might be press, there might be PR, lots of marketing opportunities for you to sell your wares and grow your business without putting your livelihood solely in someone else's hands. Getting all serious again then. I'll see you soon for another edition of Marketing Cracked.